Welcome back to Slow Sewing Sundays with your girl Raven, DIY Raven. Um, yep, back to my old ways of starting this really late, and I don't have the fancy setup today because my computer's just about had has run her course. So, but that's for another day. We're still doing lives. Uh, that doesn't stop the show. So, as the title mentions, next project that I will be working on now that have finally finished my um, dress that I created for the spring is going to be a swimsuit. So I picked a swimsuit pattern really based on patterns that were already in my stash. Um, you know how sometimes when you buy a pattern and you're like so excited about it, you know whether you get it in person or online, you're like, yeah, this is the one I want. Came in the mail. I think I was probably still excited about it, but probably like cut to now what 3 years later or something. I'm just like, it's a Vogue pattern. Vogue patterns to me for the most part are kind of timeless, so it's a sewing pattern. You can manipulate them any way you want to, and I'm sure I'll come around. Maybe I won't. But this other pattern, so the sewing pattern is actually the one that I'm gonna do. There's actually four versions here. You see the first two on the envelope, and then the next two are here. So there's basically a full, you know, your basic swimsuit. Then there's kind of more this bikini version with kind of like a sporty top. Same thing here with like the sporty top and then more of like a high waisted, where you kind of cover the tummy a little bit more. And then this one is like the same thing as far as like a full, covered one, but the back has that detail of like, the back is out with the ribbon in the back. So I plan on doing two of these. Actually, this one with kind of the high waisted look and the sporty top. I think why I really kind of like gravitated toward this pattern is, I'm not saying that I'm like over the idea of like a sexy bathing suit, but like honestly, when I'm on the water these days, either I am like chilling by the water, because me in the water, I mentioned this in another video. I'm going to fully learn how to swim, like for fun. Again, I can swim to save my life, but I want to be in the water and like have a good time. So until I get there, whatever. But like, so either I like to be on the beach, I want to see the water, I want to hear the waves, I want to be there, but I don't need to get in there more than like knee deep. Or I want to be like I actually over the winter bought one of these inflatable stand-up paddle boards. I'm gonna have a life jacket, you know what I mean? So I'll do water stuff, but I mostly like to be active. And so something like this seems really practical because I think it'll be a horrible tan line, but I think it's practical just because like you can really just move around. Girl, I can eat, you know what I mean? Because we're covering up here. So yeah, I'm actually looking probably mostly forward to this one. This is cute, but like, I don't know. There's something very. I just think of being a little girl again with this detail in the back, and maybe like in a couple years I'll be like, ooh, bring that back. But like for right now, and then I don't know. I think when I'm like, if I'm like sitting against like a pool chair or something, I don't want to feel that knot back there. I just want to be comfortable. So this one was out. Um, and then this, it's like what I'm talking about. Like I don't want to be picking out wedgies. I don't want to be adjusting this thing. That's why I want this. Okay, and maybe it's my age. Girl, I don't care. Yeah. So, and then this one. So for the same reason, I just I like the full coverage. And I can, be more sporty and, run around and that kind of stuff. So those are the two that I want to do. The full covered one here and this situation. I can be sexy later, but especially for something like this, I want to be a little more practical. And I feel like I can get the fit a little bit easier, even if like maybe the fit is a little wonky. I can deal with it. I feel like if you're, dealing with like triangle cups and stuff like that, it gets a little tricky. Um, so actually, so this pattern, it's a Megan Nielsen pattern. It's the Coat Slow, not sure how to pronounce the name, sewing pattern. But Megan Nielsen is a indie pattern brand that's been around for quite the minute. And this is comes in sizes 0 to 20. I'm not sure if she has expanded sizes, in this from there. But I will say the scale, it's considered an easy pattern. So that's always really nice too. I think for the most part, sewing most swimsuits are fairly easy, so that's good. It can be like a quick and easy sew. So actually, I don't really have a lot of experience at all with sewing swimsuits. I've only done one. I brought the one that I have done. This was also an indie pattern, I think it was a French indie pattern. I'm not sure. Don't get me to lying, but I loved this. I bought this. It's just a bunch of buildings. I got it from what is that Project Runway store that everybody goes to in New York? Mood Fabrics. Okay, so I ordered this online from there. I just love the vibrancy of the print. I don't know. I just really love the buildings. I think that's cool. And I just love the juxtaposition of that on a bathing suit. So this was my first bathing suit. It has kind of like not a super low back, but it's kind of sexy in the back. Oh, it's also like really high, cut in the underwear part. And again, this is just not the look I'm going for right now. Again, this is my booty meat, be kind of hanging out, and that's fine if you're not trying to run around, but whatever. I'm not trying to do all that stuff this year. Um, so yeah, it has the little protective whatever in there. I used both a serger and a regular sewing machine. I don't. Yes, I did use the rubber band swimsuit elastic. And I think for my first go of it, I think it turned out really good. I think a lot of patterns are that the lining is optional, but when I when I would put this on, I was like, you know what? I think a lining would be nice to have. So I've never actually worn this out and worn this in the pool. I'm gonna try to show you on my phone a picture. I have a picture of this queued up. Okay, yes, so you can see that pretty well. This is from my Instagram. So obviously I was angling, to make it look as nice as possible. Just showing, that. This shot is a little risque, but you get it. A lot of booty cheek, and I think my backside got a little bigger, so I just don't think I can fit this like I did it one time. But yeah. Oh, I forgot about that part. So you also get a lot of side boobs. So this is it's a one piece, but it's very sexy. That's just not what I'm going for. Again, this was my first go at a. Oh, and then I was just showing the fabric design. So again, that's just not what I'm going for. But this was my first and only swimsuit that I've ever made. So now, and even lingerie, obviously is cousins to um, swimsuits, but I haven't done, well, I've done some lingerie and failed. So yeah, so I just want to do something simple and all that. I will say that probably some of the last things that I've made, yeah, some of the last projects that I've done, I feel like I usually get very lazy and I just go ahead and like whatever my final fabric is, I'm like, all right, I've never made this pattern before, but I'm just gonna jump in and I'm just gonna, like pick my size and go. And I am finding that even if what I finish ends up turning exactly what the pattern looks like on the envelope, I'm not always happy with exactly how it looks on me. So I think I'm kind of getting to the point finally that I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to take the time and do a practice one. So that's what I'm kind of gonna do here on out. So what I have done actually, I do have on hand some. I probably have enough, like elastic. I think I do need. I have some stuff on order. It takes the versions that I want to make. It takes like a 1/4 inch rubber elastic. You can use other type of elastics too. It's just for swimming. Swimsuits, it's better to use the rubber elastic. Um, but the elastic that's like underneath, like here, and there's also elastic up here that goes around the waist, is a 1 inch elastic, and 1 inch rubber elastic there isn't, according to to what I read in here, is not exactly ideal. So of course, you can get regular elastic, but that's not great for swimming. Apparently, like when you jump in the water, I think it absorbs differently. So they have special swimsuit elastic that's woven, but for swimwear. So I have that on order. I have the 1/4 inch elastic on order, and I have some swimsuit lining because I did tell myself after doing this one, even though again you don't necessarily need a lining, and you can use cups too, and I don't think I want to use cups, but I do want to use like a lining. Um, yeah, so I'm getting those, but I do have some lining already, um, because I had actually already bought some. These are the fabrics that I showed last time. This is a beautiful, I think this color is called Firecracker. So it's like a vibrant red orange. It's got the ribbing. It's really nice. And I think this is what I'm gonna do for the one piece. And this fabric, I just thought it was really cool. This I think I'm gonna use for the two piece. Um, the two piece actually is gonna be a little harder with this fabric just because I don't think you can't tell from the photo, and they've done a really good job pattern matching, but you have the underwear part and then this band part is actually a different piece. So my pattern matching, I feel like it'd be really obvious if I don't get the pattern matching right, but I'm just gonna, I don't care. I also think that there is a band here, a 1 inch band. Maybe not. Maybe there's not another band, but I know there's a band here. So whatever. So yeah, two piece, one piece. But these are the final fabrics, and I really don't want to use. I don't want my first go to be on the final fabrics. So because of that, these are some linings that I actually already have, but I have ordered more. Boom! I have this, which is, it's probably about 2 yards of this. I probably only need one or not even a whole one if I'm using if I'm doing the two piece. So this is also a mood fabric that I got that I think is, I love it. It's such a fun hot color, and I'm all for like brights, especially during the summer. Um, So yeah, so this is the fabric that I'll be using. This is basically for my toile, or I'll be using this one as well. I don't have as much as this one, but I have a feeling that whatever. One of them is going to be the two piece, one of them is going to be the one piece. I may also actually use this as well. I still have more of this fabric. Um, yeah. So these are um, my practice fabrics. So I'm going to do that first. And while my new notions come in, then I will, once I get my fitting down, because I'm also seeing that whatever size I pick up top will be different from what I pick on the bottom. The bottom will be smaller. The top will be smaller. The bottoms will be bigger. And I don't know how exactly that's gonna look with the one piece. So that's what the practice is for. But luckily, because this is a pattern that it's an easy pattern, it should sew quickly because it is elastic. Um, I think it'll be good. And I think generally I'm just a little, I don't know, I'm a little nervous. Just because I haven't done it before, but I think it's gonna turn out great. So anyway, those are pretty much my sewing plans as far as my swimsuit stuff goes. Um, yeah, and this shouldn't take as long as like the dress I was making. The dress shouldn't have even taken as long as I did, but whatevs. And then see, okay, we're rolling into May, and it's Me Made May. And if you participate, especially I think it's more prevalent on like the gram. I don't know. I never know what TikTok be doing. I'm an elder millennial. I just wait till the TikToks come to the Instagrams and figure out what's going on there. But Me Made May is usually a hashtag that's always been a big deal on Instagram as far as I'm concerned. Um, I think I'm gonna go ahead and participate this year. I always say that I am, and then I just don't. I think I'm always a little apprehensive because I have good intentions to like every day post something that I'm wearing that I made, but that's just not maybe realistic. So I think I'm just gonna do what I can and go from there. But I've been pretty much just a lurker on Instagram, and not even that. A lot of times, just what else. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I mean, I haven't even taken the pattern pieces out yet. I've just been looking at the notions, seeing like the sizing, the yardage of things that I need, um, and finding out that like really honestly, I have enough to get things going now. So that's what I'm gonna do this week. Knock on wood. Um, yeah, so my goal is by next Sunday to have definitely started cutting, this out, which I'm wondering. I think because this is a quick sew. It's not a lot of pieces. The pieces aren't very big. Um, I think I'm gonna actually trace my pattern out, and also I don't know exactly what size is gonna work for me. Um, so it's gonna be a lot of testing, definitely trial, maybe some error. So I'm gonna definitely um, be prepared for that. Um, Also, again, I think just going forward, again, anything I do, just because I feel like I've just been having some not big sewing fails, but when you're sewing something, you just don't have the luxury of when like you go to any retail shop and you try something on and you're like, I don't like this. If you wait till after you've made something, like you spent all the hours and all the time, and then you put it on and you're like, I don't really like this. I mean, yeah, maybe you could alter it, but sometimes I just realize that, like, man, I just don't really like this fabric. I don't like the cut of this. I don't think I can fix it. Sometimes I don't want to bother and fix it. Sometimes I realize too late that the style and whatever that I've chosen is not exactly what I want. So anyway, now I'm just blabbing. I've really just mostly said the part that I wanted to tell you guys, because I have nothing to show except for my plans. So yeah, gonna start there. I'm probably gonna use this machine again. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been having so much fun with it. Oh yeah, plus I can't use my semi-industrial machine because it's straight stitch only, and if I'm doing these four-way stretch lycra stuff, I can't use it anyway. So I'm definitely gonna be using my Janome machine on those, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will end the class here. But as always, thank you so much for hanging out. I will definitely see y'all next Sunday. We will talk more swimsuits. Again, hopefully I'll have something to show this time. And I'm actually really hoping that um, the ones that I am working on actually do kind of work out, because I do love the hot pink and I love all the fabrics I have. I started to actually order some fabric that I felt like it's just something cheap and I didn't care about. I'm also trying to be a little more economical, and I just want to sew out of my stash. So starting there first. But anyway, y'all, it's good to see y'all, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the week and happy sewing. Bye, y'all.